Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final guest of Dan-A-Plooza. I'm very happy to see this former actor and photographer who I enjoyed sharing the stage with many years ago. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Michael Yeshion.
Yay! Hi, Dan.
Good to see you, sir. It's been
well.
a long time. I think 2006 is when I saw you last.
Yeah. Seems like yesterday and like 100 years ago, all at the same time.
I've still got the similar tie-dye and sense of humor, if you remember that. From
Absolutely.
So I was reading your bio, and I'm very interested in how you were kind of like the opening all the way over in Malaysia for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Can you talk a little?
Sure. You just broke up at the end, but I think I can figure out what you were asking.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, my wife Brittany is the director of a Yuletide caroling group in Manhattan, and
okay.
she found this advertisement on Facebook asking for singers in Malaysia. So she had submitted her group, which is just a group of 4 a cappella singers, and they were like, "Yes, we love you guys. Why don't you come to Malaysia?" So I had never sung with a group before.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was like, I'm not letting you go to Malaysia by yourself. That's crazy. So I had learned, the set list of 12 Christmas carols. And then they were like, by the way, do you want to also sing some songs for Earth, Wind, and Fire and Air Supply? And we were like, absolutely. So we sang a different set, and it was fantastic.
Well, I think that's just amazing that, not only did you go into this, not being, singing with a group before, but it also was a great reward and benefit because then you got to sing songs for Earth, Wind, and Fire. So kudos to you. And if there's any video of that, I'd love to see that.
You got it. I'll try to send some your way. Usually the experiences I don't want to do end up being most rewarding.
And that's what's important for us. Sometimes there are those experiences we don't really want to, but they're the ones that we get the most growth from.
Absolutely.
And so for those who are watching, I met this very talented actor all the way back in 2006 for Weathervane Playhouse, and I got to see him brilliantly perform in Arsenic and Old Lace, Children of Eden, and Fiddler on the Roof, and Once Upon a Mattress, and Don't Dress for Dinner.
Wow, good memory.
Yeah. Google Wikipedia help. We gotta give we gotta give a little bit of kudos,
Absolutely.
But so what I want to say to my viewers is Michael was very charismatic and very captivating in each one of these roles. And for me, working on the sets and being an actor as well, I kind of felt like I was watching amazing, gracious talent before me, and I was sitting under the learning tree, just trying to absorb what I was seeing on the stage.
Wow, that's so kind. Thank you. I was just trying not to throw up. Keep all those lines in my
head. Well, if that ever happens, I can just do the voices for you backstage. Awesome. It can be the voice double for you.
I can't wait to hear that.
But he's also done some amazing projects. Can you tell everybody what have some of your favorite roles have been?
So I think I topped out at middle school when I did Tevye. That was like ultimate performance. No, grandma would show like a 5-minute clip of me singing "If I Were a Rich Man" as like a, how old were you in middle school? 12?
Yeah, like 12,
Just like this
13.
little kid, like,
Da 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 da.
to everyone. But my favorite roles, usually like Richard III was one of my favorites. John Wilkes Booth, Bill Sykes,
Oh yeah.
Sweeney Todd, Father and Children of Eden, which I did in high school. But any like brooding baritone really is like you can sink your teeth into is my favorite.
I would have loved to see you as Bill Sykes. That's always such a great villain role, and a lot to absorb and chew on and develop on the stage. So I would have loved to have seen that. That is a play that I'd like to do someday. I think Fagin is the role that I would like to do.
Yeah, you'd be a great Fagin.
Or I just want to be the guy, serving the food and be like, "What more?" And,
Catch him, grab him.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's interesting now because when I saw you in Children of Eden, you were Noah, and to hear that you were also played father, did that help having that experience in high school from when you went to Weathervane?
It definitely helped, like knowing I was familiar with the music for sure. I just love that story and that music so much.
Oh,
yeah. To get to do that show twice is like unheard of because it's hardly ever done. I forgot your question.
I'll just go back. We're gonna do like a rewind. So that's what I need those fancy editing tools for. So because you played father in high school, did that help you when you played Noah in Weathervane?
Yeah, absolutely. Just doing any full length musical in high school just gives you a boost of confidence, and having done a principal role before you get to any regional theater is like, you're not as intimidated. Exactly. So, but which role is better? I don't know.
Seeing you now, and I imagine that you are still, very much all-star performer. I think you would do very well as father, even now.
Thanks. Yeah, I would love to do it. Hire me, anyone, please. One of my dearest friends, Bill Nolte, did the original Paper Mill production, and he was the father. So it was amazing, like getting to hear his version of it while I was in high school, and then like I'm hanging out with him now. We're best buds, and it's just really cool how small the world is.
It can be real, very surreal at times when these things happen. Now, are you more of a theater guy, or do you enjoy acting film as well?
I love TV, film, acting. It's harder to come by for me, but there's nothing like performing live theater. That's like hands down the best. It's just now it's sad because if you want to do theater, you have to have good TV credits, and so it's kind of what comes first, chicken or the egg situation.
Right. Well, maybe we can have some theater on Dan-A-Plooza. We'll put people all over. So, yeah, I have also done some film as well, and it helped that I had the improv, to like, because I would sometimes just get suggestions, and normally I'm such an actor, like I do my research, study, and it's hard with film because it's like, okay, I got this whole character, and they're like, okay, 100% different, do this now. And you're like, okay.
The thing that's hard for me is not moving my lips when I'm on film. It's like it's very
Oh, yeah.
and I want to perform for the back of the house.
Exactly.
So it's a different animal, but it's both so creative.
My hardest transition was to not look at the camera when I was supposed to. I'd be like, they're like, Dan, and I'd be like, okay, I'm not looking at it. But yeah, I play a very evil chef in a movie that's now on Amazon Prime.
Cool.
Very demented and very evil.
Awesome. What's it called?
It's called No Knock List. And I just play this chef who is very much got charcoal on him. He's very greaseball. And like, I say this line and then the hallucinogen plays out. And it was my only second film experience. And I was so nervous doing that. And it taught me a lot because of continuity, you know, and doing the same stuff over. And the camera was on a dolly, so it would spin around and like film me too. And so sometimes I'm like, am I in the shot or not? You know, because you know you don't want to like miss, and then it's just like your nose or something like that. So
oh yeah, I've had some very bizarre experiences with TV film.
Yeah. But if you want, I will send it to you, and
yeah, bring it on.
You can watch that. But it really has taught me to like think out of the box. And there's that one, and then the other one is I got to play the leader of a biker gang. Literally, that was a walk-on kind of role because none of my other people knew how to act, and they're all nervous. So it's called Dispatch, and it's based on a true story of this policeman who had a rough upbringing and sometimes would be rough on people, and they were actually trying to get him discharged and fired and everything, and he turned to God and changed that. And he's like, well, they had a rough for the biker scene, and that's me on the footage getting beat up. And at first I was like, well, I go, who's that guy with his butt, you know, getting his butt kicked? Oh, that's me.
Cool.
Let's freeze frame that and Facebook tag that.
Residuals. Hopefully.
Exactly. So if you're interested in that, I will definitely send that to you as well.
Yeah.
You know, I also want to throw this question. Would you ever be interested in voice acting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there something that you could see yourself in, like an animated film or like a cartoon or a commercial?
I've always wanted to do like an action game, like a Grand Theft Auto, or, you know, just saying those funny one-liners. But I don't know. I have a few friends that do a lot of anime characters. And, I've always been interested in that, but they're so talented and they can do hundreds of different voices. And I haven't really explored that side of my talent, but I'd love to give it a shot.
Yeah, you could do Grand Theft. That's my car now, you know, and you could just. And so
oh yeah, well, what's Michael Winslow doing right now?
Exactly. You could sit under his learning tree and he could teach you all the sound effects. But for me, I could definitely see you in a cartoon, maybe kind of like a action cartoon. I definitely feel like you could fill that superhero role, like the voice of a leader or something. So
cool.
I would want
this way, turtles.
Yes, wild again, you know, and you know, so I could definitely see you in that. And then if I was, I feel like I'd be your plucky sidekick. So,
Let's do it. Let's write it.
that's right.
Puppets.
And let's see what develops. And, but, is it a challenge for you sometimes when you get certain parts and some of them they're more singing and vocal versus just straightforward, theater where it's just a straight part and there's no singing at all? Do you find the challenge with your voice now and trying to fulfill the singing roles?
I actually find the straight plays more challenging. Um, when I did Lend Me a Tenor and I was Henry Saunders, he was so neurotic and so like screaming that you had to like build those dynamics like it was music almost. And for me, it's always plays are harder because there's no music, there's nothing to sparkle for the audience, so you have to give them everything, and it's the pacing and the timing, and I always find that's way more challenging. But also there's a lot of challenges in musicals too when you have to sing 6 songs and you're like, oh my god, I have a high G at the end of the song, how am I going to get through that?
Yeah.
But it's all about rehearsing and having the right coaches, and people steer you in the right way.
Exactly. I know for me, it was when I was in the Fantastics and I had to do the role of Matt, and I was double the age of that, and I'm like, I don't think I can hit those notes,
Just talk it.
Exactly. And I found like as if I did like a step, like I'll just go up a little bit and then a little more, and that's when you learn fully your instrument and how to develop it and use it in certain parts, especially when you're unsure. Was that ever a challenge for you when you were first learning to do these musicals, to use your voice instrument, or were you just naturally?
No, I mean, there's always hurdles that you have to like. Oh, I didn't know that was a problem until it was a problem. Like in Full Monty, at the end of A Breeze Off the River, there's a falsetto note, and I sing this song. It's great. I'm loving it. The audience is loving it, and then I get to the end, and there's barely any like audible tone coming out. I'm like, fuck. So like, you're like, okay, that was a problem. How do I address it? How do I make it so it's not a problem? Otherwise, you're gonna never explore that range. And there's so much amazing like work out there that it makes you feel uncomfortable, but like that's where all of the amazing work is. I don't know if that makes sense, but
it does. It goes back to like research, and the great thing about live theater is you always have that second chance and that next performance to make that adjustment and change. Whereas film, unless they say cut or another take, it's stuck.
Well, it's really all about editing, right? In film.
Oh yeah. But sometimes you're like, well, why did I say it that way? And then you're like, oh yeah, we did 5 takes and they took that take. The one take that
You're right.
So, but
it's weird now that the industry is for theater doing all of the self tapes, because
oh yeah,
it feels like I'm auditioning for TV and film, but I'm auditioning for theater, and it's this weird, like, they're seeing me on film, picturing, like, it's this weird, it doesn't feel right. I want to get back into the room.
Yeah.
So hopefully that'll happen soon, but safety first.
Yeah. Even with COVID, go 8 feet back, and listen to me belt it out.
Exactly.
So tell me about what is your favorite thing about being a photographer?
Oh, Oh, I love everything about photography except finding the clients. Like
Oh yeah.
marketing. Marketing, I find is the hurdle of photography for me. Because I just want to click. I just want to take pictures, and I don't want to like try to sell my services to anyone. But yeah, I know, like, hello, if you want to have a business, you have to do that side of the work too. But thankfully, I haven't had to do much advertising, and I'm staying busy with word of mouth and referrals. And my favorite thing is like catching those once in a lifetime memories that like can flicker in an instant and they're gone. But now you have a picture of it, and when you look at it, it brings you right back to that moment. And like producing content for shows when I'm in, I'll do character portraits, and then I'll do a composite show poster, and I'll give that as a gift to everyone in the show. And I just like, it's my gift to like, thank you for this experience. Here you go. I don't try to sell it or make money or anything. And then headshots and weddings and real estate. Really, like, it doesn't matter what I'm taking a picture of. It's, if I take a good picture, it's such an like an endorphin rush that like, give me more, give me more. So, yeah, I just love photography.
And for those watching, the photography website is right down here. Please reach out to Michael Yeshion for all of your photography needs, and check out his acting website. And, make sure to keep supporting. Is there anything else you would like to add or say before we end here for Dan-A-Plooza?
I mean, you have to add your ticker information with your show stuff.
Oh.
Thank you so much, Dan. This has been such fun.
Well, everyone, keep supporting Dan-A-Plooza. We're going to have more guests. We're going to have an artist panel in March. So we're going to have Rusty Gilligan and Jay Moores, and they have a Kickstarter program, and Ren McKenzie. We have aerial artist Koku La Fus, who is going to talk all about aerial arts and performance, and actually is in California as well. We have Matt Burns, who is an actor, producer. He is the co-founder of a Comic-Con, 4-State Comic-Con, and he's also a co-promoter of Carolina Fear Fest. We're also going to have a fashion model from Macabre Moon Bottling, Drew Lux, and many more guests. So keep tuning in. It's a lot to remember. Keep tuning in to Dan-A-Plooza. We were so blessed to have Michael Yeshion, and maybe we'll have him again, and maybe we'll have an acting panel, and then that way we can have all different kinds of people and their experiences.
And next time I'll have a little daughter with me.
Aww. Congratulations on that. You're going to make an awesome dad, like an awesome performer. So
thanks, bud. Well, I wish you nothing but the most of success, and hope to chat with you soon.
Oh, definitely will. Thank you, everybody. Dan-A-Plooza will be back March 13th. Everyone take care and have a good night.